Because he says, "For what is your friend that you should seek him with hours to kill, seek him for hours to live?" And that really, gets me think about how, when we're with people, we shouldn't have hours to waste, holding things from each other, or maybe having problems with them, but rather getting more, or getting to know each other more, and making as much memories as possible.
My name is Ashanti, and welcome to the Taking Off the Mask podcast, where men get real. Men of all ages and backgrounds come to this space to talk about these masks we wear. You know, the front of the mask we talk about is the things that we gladly let the world see, the things we talk a lot about. The back of the mask are the things that we don't talk much about, things that we may just avoid talking about. Today is a face-to-face episode with Wenceslao and Lincoln. These are two students that are at City Arts and Leadership School. They're both part of the Peer Mentoring Club, which is really exciting because not only are they a part of this club where they get to learn more about each other and learn more about their well-being and their emotions and how to be more whole, they come to this conversation to get to know each other even deeper. I'm really excited for you to hear this episode as they play the game, as they have deeper conversation around why and how is it so hard to be able to be more of our true selves. One of the times that we as men have felt betrayed, have felt like people have done us wrong, and we maybe didn't say anything because we're not allowed to share our feelings of being hurt and being heartbroken. I think it's so important for young men to have conversations like this that are real, that are deeply heartfelt. They won't all have conversations like this on a podcast, but if they took time to just sit with each other and really have deep, meaningful friendships, I think it would be so powerful. You're going to hear Wenceslao talk about this concept and this idea of how are we spending time with the people we care about? Are we just wasting time, or are we using that time well? Because you know what? We never know when our last time is here, our last moment is here. So I hope you enjoyed today's face-to-face. What we know is that in these episodes with Wenceslao in 2024, you're going to hear a lot more youth voices. And he and I have made an agreement that either he's going to interview more young men or I'm going to interview more young men in these conversations, because we want you to hear what young people in our community are saying. And so we want you to let us know who you want to hear from. Are there people out there who you know they have a story that they'd be willing to share? And as you get ready for 2024, I hope as you prepare for this next chapter of your own development and growth, we're in the last month of this year, 2023. As we move into 2024, you will hear us talking more about our anniversary celebration of the Ever Forward Club. It's our 20th year anniversary. We'll be telling you more about things that you can get involved in your own city, your own community, your own country, wherever you are around the world. And we look forward to you being a part of this journey with us, of this 20 years of giving young people voice. Well, take that back. I won't say it that way. We are letting young people's voice be heard. We're inviting them to let their voice be heard. All the ways in which we are been doing this work for 20 years, it's sometimes hard to believe that for almost half of my life, I've been trying to do this work. But I'm so thankful. I feel so grateful. And so thank you for being a part of the journey with us. I look forward to you learning more about these two young men, Wenceslao and Lincoln. And I'll tell you one highlight about this last week. Wenceslao presented at one of our community workshops. He shared his journey of joining the Ever Forward Club as a 7th grader. And now as he's in his sophomore year of high school, this last 4 years that he's been with us, to really see his growth and his transformation. So I imagine you're hearing it in his conversations with people, and we're definitely seeing it as he becomes a leader in this community. And we're so excited to continue highlighting voices of young people who are doing great work. Thank you, folks, for being a part of the journey with us. You know, you can make your mask anonymously. You don't have to do it publicly. If you go to millionmask.org We really like you to be a part of the journey with us. Tell somebody about it. We have a lot of exciting things happening early 2024. So stay tuned, and thank you for being a part of the Taking Off the Mask podcast. Enjoy today's episode. Bye now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, Wenceslao, and today I'm here with
Lincoln.
All right, Lincoln. Just say something about, where you from and how old are you?
Well, I'm from the United States, San Francisco. My parents are from Mexico, and I'm 16 years old.
All right, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, Lincoln, we're going to do an activity, the mask, and then we're going to do a card game, and then I got some questions for you.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, the mask is, for the people who don't know, is where you draw on one side of the paper, the front of the mask, a mask. You write 3 qualities that you let people see, and then the other side of the paper, you draw the back of the mask, is 3 qualities that you don't let people see.
Okay.
So we're going to take some time and do it. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, how about this? We both share the front, and then we both share the back. But I'll start.
That's good. It's good.
For the front side, I put set my path, because I like setting my path for the future.
Yep.
And then I put passionate. I'm really passionate about things I love. And then outgoing, because I try to, have as much adventure as I can and make a lot of experiences.
That's good. That's good. For my first one, I put hilarious, because I feel like I tend to make a lot of people laugh sometimes. The second one for me is enjoyment, because I like enjoying being with my friends and stuff. And for the second one is leader, because I tend to lead myself through the near future in good ways.
All right. For the back, I did lack of communication. I need a lot of communication with people, and it's kind of hard for me to communicate with others and talk. And hesitant, because I kind of hesitate when I do something. I have second thoughts about it.
Yep.
And then stress, because we're going this teenage life and then doing a lot of academic stuff and type of work.
Yep.
So yeah.
For my first one is socialization, and the reason I put that one was because I tend to keep away from people that I love and care about. For my second one, I put short tempered, because I tend to get really mad sometimes. And for my third one, it's brightful, and the reason I put that one is because I don't show people that how bright I am and how I can really think through the past type stuff.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to do this card game, and we're going to be answering some questions. And so we got the club. I got this club at school, right? And you're in it as well.
Yeah.
And then I feel that a lot of people like doing this card game. We do it as a warm up.
Yeah.
And that's what so I'm pretty sure you're ready for it and know what's coming.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so I'll start. Tell us about a time when you realized you were becoming an adult. You want to answer it? Or?
You can go first.
All right. The time when I was becoming an adult is when when you start growing, you lose connections with people. You start forget about them, or they start forgetting about you. You start cutting off some people.
Yeah.
I feel that's what I'm doing right now, or what's happening right now is some people I haven't talked in a while or seen in a while. And for some people that may not matter, but for me, I just love hanging out with those people in the past and also made good memories with them.
Yeah, I feel you.
So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cards facing down in front of me. Pick a number between 1 and 6.
Let me get 3.
It says, describe a time when you felt like you were in a difficult situation with a friend.
I would say it would be in middle school. I was friends with one of I had this friend that I used to really hang out with, and there was this one time that he did something that made me mad, and which caused me to stop talking to him for like 2 weeks. And we decided to talk about it, and now we talk to each other a lot during school and high school.
That's good. Mine is, tell us about a time when someone betrayed your trust. You see, we've talked about this in the club, but a lot about, friends and trusting each other.
Yep.
Is I tell my secrets when like people I truly trust about, right? Like some maybe yeah. So I don't really have difficult with that, but I've very rarely had like situations where like someone did betray my trust, like said something that they shouldn't have or did something. But the time when someone betrayed my trust would be, well, recently I haven't had that problem, I don't really open up a lot.
Yeah.
Unless
I feel
places,
you.
the club. So yeah. Alright. Pick a number between 1 and 6. Could be the same one. I'll put it in your card.
Let me get 4.
What is the most important thing in making a relationship work?
The most important thing would be to get to know the person more before you guys make it official. And the reason I say that is because there might be something that you don't know about them, and there might be something that they don't know about you, and then that might just come out of nowhere. They might not like that, and you might not like that. That's what I would say. That's the important thing.
Alright, let's do one more and then let's move on to the question. Name something that you could do to improve your life. What's stopping you? Trying to be more aware that people might be going into different situations, have different problems, right? Either it could be at school, home, or outside. Yep. But see, I didn't realize that like in the past, and it kind of affects me still now because every time like I talk to that person who I didn't realize they might have a problem, it just somehow hits me, and then still I may talk to some people thinking that they might have, like when I see them they look like happy, right? Like having a good fun life, but they might still be problems at home that they might deal with. So yeah, like misinterpreting somebody or misjudging them. Pick a number between 1 and 6.
Give me 2.
What is a lie that you tell yourself about yourself that you need to stop telling?
A lie that I tell myself is time management. I be telling myself that I'm going to turn this in early, and then I tend to forget about it, and which causes me to like get really mad because I lied to myself right there. And I feel like I should stop saying that I'm going to do that on time and like forgetting about it the day after.
Yeah, time management's hard.
Yeah.
For me as well. Alright, let's move on to the questions I have for you. Like, you've been in the club, you're the only boy in the club.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the club at school? Like, do you think like it's a good space to talk with each other? Like, do you feel like, how should I say it? Like sort of like a relief that like the secrets you carried yourself, like you could let them out with teachers that you trust, like Craig, who was on this podcast as well, and other students? Can you tell us about it?
I would say that it's a good club that many people should join because it really gives you a chance to express your feelings or your thoughts to new people that you would like to meet. And it's not like they're gonna go around and telling your personal things to other people. It's like a safe place that you can talk about it, and you can feel safe about talking about it.
Has your like perspective changed now that we've done like this mask in the card game about people and like things they may carry?
I would say yeah, because it gave me a chance to really talk about what I feel and what's on my mind lately and how I would feel about it. And it really helped me meet new people during it.
Like, tell me like a time or like a moment where you felt like that you were supported by others, or that you felt like this is a good place for me to talk about things I don't really talk about.
I support what was supportive feeling was it was during the card game. It was a question that really made me hesitate if I should tell it or talk about it, but then I ended up saying it, and a lot of people were with me about it. They started supporting me on it.
See, so usually is this book, right? Profit.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna start bringing it to the club where it talks about, the things is like about this prophet who gets asked many questions. Like, talk to me about love, talk to me about marriage, give children, sorrow, freedom, pain. And I love reading this to people when they talk about one of these topics. And then let's talk about, we talked about friendship earlier. And then I'm gonna read like a quick part of his saying, which he says, "Your friend is your needs answered. He is your field which you sow with love and reap with thanksgiving. He is your board and your fireside. For you come to him with your hunger and you seek him for peace. When your friend speaks his mind, you fear not the nay in your mind, nor you withhold the a. And when he is silent, your heart ceases not to listen to his heart. For without words, in friendship, all thoughts and desires, all expectations are born and shared, with joy that is unclaimed. When you part from your friend, you grieve not, for that which you love most in him may be clear in his absence, as a mountain to the climber is clear from the plain. Let there be no purpose in friendship, save the deepening of the spirit. For love that seeks aught but the disclosure of its own mystery is not love, but a net cast forth, and the only unprofitable is caught. And let your best be your friend. If you must know the ebb to your tide, let him know his flood also. For what is your friend that you seek him with hours to kill, seek him with hours to live? For it is his to fill your need, but not your emptiness. In the sweetness of friendship, let there be laughter and sharing of pleasure. For in the dew of little things, the heart finds its morning and is refreshed. And this is one of my favorite topics he talked about, because he says, for what is your friend that you should seek him with hours to kill, seek him for hours to live? And that really, like, gets me think about how, like, when we're with people, we shouldn't have hours to waste, like, holding things from each other, or maybe having problems with them, but rather getting more, or getting to know each other more, and making as much memories as possible. And this is the one that hits me the most. I don't know if you want to say something about that.
I would add on to what you just said. It's important to get to know them better, and to not have any hateful thoughts on them, and just like forget about the past and lean into the future with them.
So my other question right now is, like, do you always have to trust people that are related to you, like your family, your parents, or does trust also have to come from other people? Like, who would you trust more if you were to tell them something, a big secret that you have?
I would tend to trust my family members more, because I feel like they would have a stronger gate for them to keep that secret. And your friends tend to like make rumors about it, not exactly telling them, but like make rumors about it, in which I don't like. So I would tend to tell my family members my biggest secrets.
Is there like a challenge that you faced, either academic, like at school, or personally, that the club probably helped you in a way?
Problem I would say was social anxiety. I would say
Mm.
because the club really helped me talk about my thoughts and feelings. That's pretty much it. What the club has helped me with.
Is there a way that after learning like our sessions at the club, is there some takeaways that you would keep in the near future, either when you go to college or when you start working or meet new people?
I would like to meet new people, but I would also like to keep in touch with old friends. I would say not to like split apart and like meet up here and there. Have times where we can go out and talk to each other. We can catch up with each other.
I'm gonna read a different one right here, and I'll talk about it, which is another one that says about talking. And he
Hmm.
says, when you talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts, and when you can no longer dwell in the solitude of your heart. You live in your lips, and sound is a diversion and a pastime. And in much of your talking, thinking is half murdered. For thought is a bird of space that is in a cage of words, may indeed unfold its wings, but cannot fly. There are those among you who seek the talkative through fear of being alone. The silence of aloneness reveals to their eyes their naked selves, and they would escape. And there are those who talk and without knowledge or forethought reveal a truth which they themselves do not understand. And there are those who have the truth within them, but they tell it not in words. In the bosom of such as these, the spirits dwell in a rhythmic silence. When you meet your friend on the roadside or in the marketplace, let the spirit in you move your lips and direct your tongue. Let the voice within your voice speak to the ear of his ear. For his soul will keep the truth of your heart as the taste of wine is remembered, when the color is forgotten and the vessel is no more.
Mm.
And when I first read that one, it really reflected how this can relate to us working with students when we first meet people at workshops, events we do. We see somebody who may be like have a big role or have a good quality or skill, and they probably talk a lot, right? They might be really communicative, but they might not be communicative with certain things, which would be problems they have or things they are hesitant about, like me, like probably things are embarrassed. And this really reflects how the club and others that work with similarly like the club would unclip those wings, those of thoughts and feelings, and let them out of the cage and let them fly. Do you feel that we've done, or at least try to help you like that?
I mean, I would definitely say that you already succeeded doing that because it really I really started to show most of my hidden emotions on this. So I would say that you guys already helped me with a lot of that stuff.
So we're gonna be doing projects in the future, or tiny projects with the club. Then how you, as a member of the club at school, how would you support your like friends or teachers through the club, based off the club?
The way I would support them is by like asking them how's their day going, if they need anything, or basically just having a conversation with them to make them think that they're not by themselves, that they believe that they have somebody to talk to all the time.
Yeah, they're not alone.
Yeah.
Well, I got a few questions left. What advice would you give to students who are considering to join like clubs or similar organizations?
Some advice I would have was that if you're feeling nervous to join that one club, to like take a shot of it because it would really help you with your mentality, and it would also help you bring out hidden
Mentality.
emotions. Yeah, hidden emotions that you have, and it can also help you with socialization. It helps you talk more to people.
Yeah, I feel that's the thing that the club helped me a lot, and they're still helping me, is a lot of opening up and being more, talking more, because I've met people, I've worked with people, or I've worked in events that I I need a lot of communication, and I feel this club really helps me a lot with that, and helping you not being stuck with all these feelings in like a ball stored inside of you that might be like a bomb and explode, right? My last question is, I think you already answered this question, but can you share an example of how embracing authenticity has benefited your life and interaction with others, both inside and outside the club?
I would say inside the club would be like I have people to trust in there, like the people around I sit at, and the two people that are up talking about the club. And outside the club, I would say it helped me really get to know more people. People know more about me. I know more about them, and which really caused a path for me that would make talking to people more easier without me having to hesitate about it.
That was my last question. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is a short one. Thank you, Lincoln, for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you, everyone, and I hope to see you guys. Bye-bye.
The Taking Off the Mask podcast is produced by Ryan Louie and graphics by Kelly Wong. Guests are managed by Dan Paloma, and the podcast is edited by Samuel Matingo. We'd like to thank everyone who's been a part of the creation of this podcast, and for every guest that has been a part of the show, you are now a part of the Taking Off the Mask family. The Taking Off the Mask podcast is brought to you by the Ever Forward Club, and if you like what you've heard today, please subscribe, write a 5-star review, and share this with someone. We look forward to having more conversations that matter. And please remember, there is more to you than anybody can see by just looking at you.